All right, what we're going to do right now is we're going to learn how to work with prisms. Prisms, the first thing we have to do is be able to draw one. And so to draw a prism, we're going to start off by drawing a rectangle. And you're going to want to do the steps that I do. And in the back, we're going to draw a parallel line to that top one. And then it's going to come down. And then we're going to finish this box in the back with dotted lines, because dotted lines are there, but they're in the background. And then I'm going to go from point top left to top left, top right to top, oh, I missed, to top right, bottom right to bottom right. And then this last one, it's in the background, so I'm going to do dots. And so there's our prism. Now, if you had a hard time seeing that, you should rewatch it and try it again. It's important to be able to draw a prism so that way you can understand it. Okay, so now we're going to put some letters on here. And what we're going to work with now is we're going to see if we can find the intersections. And so to find the intersections, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a different color highlighter so that we can see it, and then I'll get rid of the highlighted sections. So the first one is G to D. So that's this line right here. And then the second one is D to C, right here. And if you notice, those two highlighted sections both meet up at D. Another thing you can see is that they meet up with D here. They both have a D. So the intersection of those two lines is point D. Okay, now let me see if I can erase those. All right, let's look at the next one, FC. Here is FC. And then we're going to look at AB. Now, if you notice, those lines never intersect. And also, there's no, this one has an F and C, and the second one has an A and a B. So these do not have an intersection. So they do not intersect. Do not intersect. The next one we're going to focus on is planes. So C, B to A. So here's C. I go to B, and I go to A. And if you notice, if I continue that, it's this plane on the bottom. So all this on the bottom is CBD, CBA. Okay? And so what's helpful is if I actually write the other letters. So from C to B to A and then D. So I'm going to write a D here, and you're going to see why in a little bit. It's going to make it easier. All right, now I'm going to do my other color, and let's do D to C to G. Now I go across, but really it's this whole plane here. And so the other point that's on that plane that I haven't written yet is F. Now I'm looking where the two colors meet, and if you notice, the two colors meet right there. And so my intersection of these two is the line DC. Something else that you might notice is that if I highlight my letters, this one has a D, and this one has a D, and the first one has a C, and the second one has a C. So writing the letters also helps you see which has points in both planes, and so point C and point D is in both planes, and so the intersection is DC. Now I'd like you to try the last one on your own. Outline it and see what the fourth point is, and then maybe you can see where the two intersect. When you think you're ready, press play. All right, so H, G to E. Well, that's this top plane. So the other point that I'm missing is I am missing point I am missing point F, because you see F is also on this plane, on the top plane. I haven't done anything with it yet. Okay, now let's do blue, E to B to A. Well, if I continue this pattern, it's this front plane. And so if I write that point, it's E, B, A, and H. So let's look at the process of looking at your letters. Both of these have an E, and they both have an H. And look, that's where they intersect. That's where both colors meet. And so the answer for this problem is that planes HGE and EBA, they intersect at line HE. So it's helpful to shade, but sometimes you can't shade because then the problem becomes hard to see for other problems. So definitely I would do this strategy of writing the fourth letter on the plane, and then you can see which two letters are repeated, and those are the letters that are the intersection.